Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
How many of you have dogs? How many of you rescued these dogs? Okay, those of you that rescued your dogs did the right thing. Everyone should rescue dogs instead of buying them from a breeder. My family has rescued all of our dogs, and I'm going to tell you the story and like the circumstances that they were in. So this is Tickle. He is a pit bull, and we got him at this little shop, and this lady, like, you could tell that she owned a puppy mill, and he was the last one in the cage, and she said that no one would probably adopt him because he was the runt of the litter, and no one really wants the runt because they're so small, and he looked like he was starving, probably because all of the other dogs had eaten all the food. And so we decided to take him home because she said that she couldn't take him back home, so she would have to find something to do with him. So we took him home, and then he was a much happier dog now. And then this is Nugget, and when we got her, she was at the Humane Society, and a new litter of puppies had just like arrived that week. And she was the quietest one in the back of the cage, and nobody really wants the quiet dog. They want that happy dog that is at the front of the cage. And so we decided we would get her, and when we got her home, she was a way different dog. She was super crazy, and if you've met Nugget, you wouldn't know that. And then we recently got Lizzie, and she was at the rescue, and she is an old dog. She's 7, and not many people want to buy an old dog because they're not going to live much longer. So we decided that we would give her a good home so that she could live out the rest of her life. And according to the ASPCA, each year 3.9 million dogs enter the shelter, and 1.2 million of these dogs never leave because they're euthanized. And today I'm going to tell you why you should rescue a dog instead of buying one from a breeder, including why this is needed, the different options, and how this can help you. Some dogs have better stories when they are surrendered to the shelter because of like family situations or like your living situations, but that's not the case for all dogs, because many dogs are rescued from cruelty such as abuse, hoarding, dog fights, and puppy mills. And we've all heard these sad stories and read them online and everything, and we just tend to forget about them and don't do anything about it, but you could do something about it. And we think we all know what happens at a dog breeder. They get this happy life, and then these people will come and pay lots of money to rescue them, like buy these dogs. And that's not always the case, because dogs at a breeder are bred for perfection, and they need to have this perfect image. And so the breeders will they will crop their ears or dock their tails, and this is not something that we should encourage. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, this is a painful procedure, and that painful procedures performed during the puppy stage is bad for bad for dogs, because they can cause life-altering effects later on in life, because their nervous system is very vulnerable when they're so young. And most of the time, when they crop their ears or dock their tails, they're not even put to sleep. So they're awake when this happens, and they just hold them down. So that would be like someone just holding us down while they're like cutting off one of our limbs. So that's not something we should encourage for man's best friend. We shouldn't bring that pain to like our best friends. So, and then there are many options that you can take to rescue a dog. You don't have to just go buy one at a shelter. If you're looking for like a certain breed, there are rescues that just rescue like a certain breed. Like many of you have volunteered at one for Freedom Club, like the Great Pyrenees Rescue. They just rescue Great Pyrenees. And then if you want a puppy, there's always new puppies at the Humane Society almost every week. And then maybe you found the right dog, and you but it's in California, and you don't know how to get one, and you don't know how to get it back. There's companies like Happy Trails Travel that will transport your dog from the rescue in California back to your home. And then and overall, like, you're gonna save money if you rescue a dog instead of buying them from the breeder, because the breeder, like, you'll get charged like $1,000 to $2,000 to get this special dog that was bred to be perfect, you know. And then if you rescue one, it's usually just around like $100 to $200. It's not usually that much. And then these dogs are always going to give you like as much love as they can, because they're so happy that somebody has taken them in and given them a new family and rescued them from these horrible situations. And when you rescue a dog, it saves 2 lives. The one of the dog that you rescued, and then the one that you made space for at a shelter. This cause and the options that you've taken to adopt a dog can lead to a better life for you. When you adopt a dog, you may walk into the shelter and see this one dog in a cage. It's just so happy that you're here to like get it, and then so you take it home, and it feels like it's meant to be. And they can help you get the needed. They can help you get the needed exercise that Madison wants you to get, and they can keep you calm and reduce your anxiety and improve your self-esteem. And doesn't that make your life sound better? I was able to find my perfect dogs. Now I challenge you to go to the shelter.